And we are back for another episode of the Kingdom. We're crawling in a couple minutes late here, but we appreciate anybody in the chat who's been patient with us. And we would like to welcome everybody else across this beautiful country. Manitoba, Sask, Alberta, BC, all the way up to Newfoundland. And I think Bryce is in BC now, so we can't say Thailand anymore. But welcome everybody. Pour yourself a beer and relax a bit. We got a really good show tonight for you. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. As always, my name is Drums, and I'm joined by the brothers behind Kngdom, Regan and Jordan Headley. As we always do, we send it up north first, see what's going on with our boy Red. What's happening, buddy?
Hello. How's it going?
Good day.
No, things are good up here. Hey?
Talk about derail.
How you mean?
You got to bring the heat when you get introed.
I'm here. It's hot down here. I'm bringing the heat. Not much is going on here. I buggered up my foot last fall, and it's gotten worse lately. So I'm kind of pissed about the start to the golf season. Might be on hold here, but stay tuned. My mood's pretty low right now. I thought golf season was going to start in like a week or two, but I mean it's still been minus 25 here for the last 2 days. So we're far away.
You got plans fast
or what? This fake spring yet?
Yeah, 100%.
What a joke this has been. It's been like this for like three or 4 weeks. Like, enough already. Just get warm. Fuck, I thought it was going to be an early spring. It's getting sewered.
I think we might be in the clear now, judging by the old meteorologist's predictions. But we'll see.
Those guys don't know shit.
Very, very true.
That's true. So true.
Good thing is we got the Masters coming up in a couple weeks. No, I heard it wakeboarding right before my wedding.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess it healed over, or fake healed over with scar tissue, and then I tried to get it fixed once and for all, and it actually made it worse. So now I got to wear like one of those like sock things on my foot, like to hold it in place during the day.
Oh really? So you don't like roll your ankle or what?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I had some pain in my foot the other day. So Liz was looking at it, and there's like some kind of sliver that's like embedded in my foot. And she was digging around in my foot for like 45 minutes to try to get it out. Couldn't get it out. So it's just, I've been like trying to soak it every night to get this out, but she's painful. So I hear you.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Jor, what's happening, big guy?
Top of the evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. We got Ches in the chat. We got Keebs in the chat.
Keebs.
I was sending messages to the private chat by accident instead of the live chat here. So.
And I was watching there for messages, and then you post one up on here, and I was like, I don't see any messages. And I was looking at yours.
Yeah. So we got to figure it out here. We had a bit of a late start tonight, but we're all good. Everything's good here. Rossman Lake is cold as well. It's windy. And not a whole lot of action here right now. It's a bit of a weird time, the end of March. There's not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot to do. Hockey's kind of over in between the hockey and golf. Keebs is done curling for the year. He's waiting for the Portage course to open up. And I don't know. I have a good feeling that it's going to be soon, even though like this cold snap came out of nowhere. Like I was literally barbecuing shorts like a couple weeks ago, thinking we'd be hitting the links. And then, Ches is right. Happening. 2 feet of snow on the ground and 3 feet of ice on the lake.
Like when we were at your place a month ago, it'd be even more now, right? Like it was way nicer than it is right now. Like it was like -5 when we were there. Unreal.
Yeah. But I mean,
the trouble is, like I say 19 times a day at work. The trouble is right now, it's so cold at nighttime and cold in the mornings, and then it warms up in the afternoon, but it's not melting enough.
Brilliant.
It's just the same conversation over and over all day.
Yeah, it's funny how everything kind of revolves around the weather, especially here. I mean, if you're in Florida or Mexico, I don't know what they would talk about there. Like, what would their casual conversation be?
Yeah.
Holy tits, it's hot. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, drums. Well, I guess before we do that, we got some good stuff going on tonight. We got some golf chat, lots of golf chat. We got the Masters in 8 days. We're gonna probably do our Masters preview next week, and then we're gonna have a special guest on the week after, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that, for the announcement.
Boom.
And speaking of, actually, well, I need to rear myself back here a bit. We're gonna talk about some golf course designs. We got some cool ideas in the works. And we got some catching up on the match play stuff. And what else, Reggie? Anything else? Cockerill signed a big deal today, but we'll get into all that in a little while here. Drums, what's up in Brandon, buddy?
Not much, same as you guys. Just
other than sicking us out with your sliver story there.
Yeah, that was
Sicking us
unintentional,
out.
but needed. Same, boys. It's the wind. It's more the wind than anything right now. It's
Wind
just
cold.
rips through you.
Shit winds.
Oh, this is so funny, man.
Not much, boys.
Just the winds.
We had some unfortunate news in the family last week. Thursday, we got some word that my uncle passed away overnight. So that was a shock to the system. So it's still that one's still pretty tough to swallow. He is the fella that introduced me or forced me. We'll see what therapy brings up to become a Toronto fan. So there might be some resentment issues there, but no. This was everybody's favorite uncle. Our family's super close that way, so this one is a stinger, but get through it. R.I.P. Got the funeral next week, so we'll get through that stuff and I guess try to keep on. I've had a hard time just like, when people pass, like, it was like that weekend we were going through the house, cleaning things and shit like that. It's just like, Christ, it was 2 days ago he was here and now we're like working on cleaning his house out. Like, it's just, that process is like such a weird process. And he's got like a good property just kind of on the outskirts of town here. And so like we're there Saturday morning doing cleanup and just kind of chilling, just family. And people are like coming into the driveway to like see how much we're selling the place for. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
No way.
So, yeah, like 3 people. Just ridiculous. But yeah.
That's wild. Like, how greasy are people?
It's brutal. Like, luckily it wasn't me that was answering the door on that one because I would have absolutely lost my shit on people. So cooler heads.
Can you imagine being like, oh yeah, so and so died. Hey, I wonder if we should go to his place and see if they're gonna sell it. Like
right?
A day later, like fuck off. That's such
exactly.
Man, there's some shitty people.
Oh, it's just gross people, man. I don't get it. I don't get people's like thought process in that.
No kidding. It's frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers. Cheers, buddy.
Sorry to hear, drums.
Thanks.
Let's have some good cheers in the future here instead of these.
Mm-hmm. That's a couple in a couple months. It's tough.
Although we did have a cheers for Chez's 10-year-old son. So we got that going for us. We're cheersing to deaths and 10-year-olds. So
it's 2 sides of the spectrum.
Circle of life. Anything else? Anything you want to end on positive? You had a nice hockey card collection you were texting me about.
Yeah. So I'm kind of tagged, or I took on the situation of trying to go through some of these, the role.
Yeah.
And like I grabbed one box to bring and just kind of like dumped whatever he had on the desk into this box. And I found 2 Crosby rookie cards already and just going through this box. So it's it's absolutely crazy. The cards that this guy had.
I wonder who would get my hockey cards if I passed.
Probably They're half mine, so I'd probably just take back.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Go through and take your own ones back.
Yeah. Oh,
I was gonna say all the base cards from 1992 are half red.
hello, old friend. That's what I'd be saying the whole time. Welcome back.
Although I was a Dolphin on the weekend for Reggie's birthday. Actually, that's a good cheers. Happy birthday, Reggie.
All right.
It was after the podcast last week, but we had some drinks and a nice supper in Dauphin on Friday. But I was at Mom and Dad's, and I was always come across some old stuff. I think I was looking for swim trunks, and I came across a binder of hockey cards. And there's some old ones in there, some cool ones from it would have been like the late 90s, early 2000s maybe. But like you guys might not remember this, but there was like those metal cards. They weren't actually metal, but they're called metal, and they had like planets and shit, and they were shiny and like metallic. I think it stands for.
Okay.
And I found like a page of those, and they're sick. I've been trying to find some of those on eBay for.
They're hockey cards.
They're hockey cards, yeah. Like John Recchi, like John Bambiesbrook, like that era of
Mark Recchi.
What did I say?
John Recchi. John the Wrecking Ball's brother.
John LeClaire.
John
LeClaire, yeah. John LeClaire. I put those two in the same category, actually.
Yeah.
LeClaire and the Wrecking Ball.
And Primo, too. But also those, did you guys see the craft cutouts that I posted on the Kngdom Twitter?
Oh, I missed that one. But like they were like hockey cards?
Well, you used to cut them out of the craft dinner boxes. Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah, I remember those.
No, I think were they in the inside?
Yeah, they were inside.
I think they were on the inside portion, like the cardboard side.
Yeah.
I don't think so, boys.
I remember I had like Felix Potvin.
Potvin was on there. Solani.
Yeah, like Dougie Gilmore, like that.
Like,
era.
did you put like something like vintage or something like that?
Yeah. Relics, maybe.
Man, on that same note, what about that guy that you retweeted the other day that had that Western Hockey League? Was it you that retweeted that on the Kngdom podcast? The Western Hockey League mini sticks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the collection.
The whole collection? That was so sick. It brought back so many memories of being at the Wheaties games.
Those were
We had all those in their basement, too.
Do you guys remember, it was probably like early 2000s, but they had like books. So, and it was, I don't know, they were probably like preteen books, but they were like stories about hockey players, and one would be like a guy from the Calgary Hitmen, but like not actual players, but like that's just, they were players on the Hitmen, Seattle, teams like that. Do you guys remember those?
Maybe.
Oh. Was it like chicken noodle soup for the soul or something?
No, it was just like I don't know, probably like 100-page book when you were like 12.
That's so funny.
Well, that's not what he's describing.
Well, he said books. Like, I don't know.
That's the only book that comes to your mind?
That and what's that one of the
Reader's Digest?
No, that kid sitting on the shitter. What's his name? Forever Young or something? Never Grow Up? I don't know.
What about at Grandpa Hal's, all the Reader's Digest there?
Oh, yeah. Those are relics too, man. Do you guys still have magazines?
Yeah, a couple.
No.
A couple golf
I have like
magazines.
a full tub of like Maxims, a couple Playboys, GQ, and Men's Health. Like a ton of them. A lot of them are unopened too. I might hang on to them for a while.
Yeah, I used to be a big GQ guy.
Me too.
Had a bunch of those.
Kind of had to be working at Moore's. I had to keep up with the trends, you know.
What Maxim? What was the other one? FHM or something like that. It was like the same thing.
This is for Cammy's comment, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Starts tomorrow. Let's go. I'm
kind of the day off.
Live draft right now, but I don't have very many picks right now, so it's easy to do. But I should actually, I should be drafting with the podcast, asking people in the chat who to pick. But no,
I know about.
I'm doing names. I'm getting away with it.
I'd take
how about that?
Ken Griffey.
How about the golf on the weekend? Can we jump into that? I watched a lot of it.
Holy start with that.
Shit, man.
I was going to start with AC, but yeah, start with that.
I'll start with AC, actually.
Okay.
Because that's big news for AC.
Huge.
Like, that's a massive company, isn't it? So is that, like, tied? That's obviously, judging by the logo, like, that's tied to, like, Richardson Pioneer. It's the same founder?
Probably under, like, an umbrella. Yeah.
I would think so. That's the first thing that came to my mind, because I know that the Richardson name itself is very
up there.
Prestigious. Yeah, it's like one of those holdings that I don't know, might have started with the grain stuff, but expanded into investments and expanded into this. And
are they the ones that are from Regina?
I don't know. Pardon me?
Are they the ones that are from Regina?
Somebody in the chat will know.
Because there's that one, I forget who it is that owns one of the big implement companies or grain companies that is from Regina and has that massive place. And I thought it was Richardson, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think it is Richardson.
So this might be the same type of deal. Anyways, either way,
didn't we have a friend who like was on their private jet or dating one of their?
I don't know. I just remember seeing that mansion got posted online. I forget which. I thought it was Richardson, but I could be wrong with that. But yeah, big shout out to AC. That's a sick bag too that they made there. Like
Super
real
nice,
sick.
Yeah.
Like he said, it might be one of the nicest ones. Like that's so sick.
That's got to be a pretty cool feeling.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That'd be right up there with like making PGA, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then who else did he sign with this?
Or the Euro Tour
in the off season. Was it Titleist or TaylorMade?
Titties.
Titleist balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was titties. Yeah, good for AC. It's good to see. And nice little accidental king shot out there too without tagging us, but the head covers are right up there front and center.
Were they on the bag?
Oh yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
What?
Honestly, I didn't. I had a stunned day today though. I was busy today.
Yeah, you've had a stunned week pretty much.
Oh, here we go.
Ever since you're 31.
Here we go.
You're off the rails. Speaking of King, new hat here. We got the hat deal on tonight till midnight. However, I'm going to extend this offer to listeners of the show. Anybody who's listening to the podcast in a couple days from now, if you happen to miss us on social media, we have our annual hat sale. 3 hats, $100. We got 4 different styles. This is one of them. If you're listening, you can't see, but she's a nice one. We got some new styles, and I think that's it. It's a good. We got to raise our prices. Unfortunately, the prices of everything is going up, and we'll be doing that in the next couple weeks. I think we'll probably raise them to like $45. I don't know. It's hard. It's tough. I hate raising prices because, but shit's costing us more with everything, shipping and. But anyways, the good news is the hats are on sale till midnight, and what's that, Drum?
They're sorting out the financial landscape of Canada. They're making sure we got dental work, and that's about it. So you'll have money for the hats. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
In comparison,
just take that carbon tax rebate of yours, pump it into King hats, spend half on hats, half on Bitcoin. And 5 years from now, you'll be laughing.
What I was going to say was, if you go buy a Wheat Kings hat at a game right now, they're like $65 or $70. So I mean, like, you could get 3 hats for the price of basically one.
Yeah, we got some wiggle room. For sure.
So, I mean, yeah, I know where I would go. You guys?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the journalist, finance minister of Canada comes out with for our budget tomorrow. It's really good that we have a journalist in charge of every dollar that goes through Canada. Hey, Reggie?
Yeah, back to the match play there. Similar topic there. I could
switch gears a little bit,
but we don't have to. Sick golf there, man. Honestly,
sick course.
I keep saying this over and over. The PGA, man, there's so many good players right now, and these tournaments like this just exploit it. How many good players? Like Cameron Young is fucking disgusting. Like he's sick. And then Sam Burns wins. Sam Burns is like, it looked like he was going to lose. I watched a lot of it. It looked like he was going to lose to Cantlay. And then he beats Scheffler. And then he beats Young. Like, didn't he just destroy Young? I had 2 hockey games, so I didn't get to watch that.
I don't think it was close.
For the final match, but I think it was like 6-5, hey?
Yeah, I think so. Him and the chef went to like 23 holes.
He put one to like an inch on 17 or something, hey, in that match. Like, just so clutch. Those guys are so good. Speaking of, like, obviously I'm going to be so excited about Rory. Rory looked good with his putter, like really good. Obviously, he missed the one on the playoff hole there, but I mean, he had to be in some kind of shell shock, hey, from that shot that Young hit.
Yes.
Drums, did you see it or no?
I didn't get much. No.
So they went to a playoff hole after Young birdied 18 to get to a playoff hole, and Rory hits one in the rough. Young goes in the bunker, and he has to hit it 50 yards out of the bunker, and he has like 180 yards, and Rory hits one right up by the green, and he sticks it to 9 feet from 180. Rory puts his just inside of it. He makes his, and Rory misses, so he beats him in the playoff. Like he just chucked a dart from 180. Like those guys are so good at golf. It's unbelievable, man. It's almost like they get better in those situations.
That was Burns or Young? Sorry.
That was Young.
And we talked about it last pod, but he opened with a 27, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not a bad tourney.
Just so much good golf there. It's so cool to see. Even the cat, Kittyama, was fucking buzzing too.
He was top 8, wasn't he?
Yeah. He won in a playoff hole as well.
I feel like Rory was in that super awkward position, or not position, length of putts to tie. Like I knew as soon as I saw the distance of that he wasn't making it. I don't know what it is about those like 15-foot putts or 15 to 20 footers.
He was inside 10.
Oh, was he?
But
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, because Young was 9.5 feet and Rory was like 8.5 or just about 9.
It looked further than that.
It did. And go ahead with what you're going to say.
I don't know what I was.
You knew he was going to miss it.
Yeah, just the length of it. I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, you give those guys 5 or 6 feet, and you expect them to make it, and then you go to 20 plus. You're like, well, they don't. It's not like a pressure shot. They're like, maybe I'll make it, but maybe not. But somewhere in between there is like,
you're expected to, but it's not auto.
Oh, it's definitely not auto.
Yeah, man, I feel bad for him actually. Like, truthfully, because he played so good and he putted so good. And then, honestly, in my opinion, on those putts, I feel like the guy going first has such an advantage.
Yes, agreed.
Like, I think it was a difference because I was only tracking at that time, and then I was tracking Cam Young's putt, and then I actually flipped it on my phone for Rory's, and it was, I think, a difference of like 2 or 3 inches, which is a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, 2 or 3 inches.
It's massive.
It's average. Might be average.
Huge.
Anyways, no, it was like 3 inches farther, but like if you have that first putt and you make it, you pretty much win because there's so much pressure on that next one. You don't really have a whole lot of pressure on that putt because you're outside it. Yeah, but it is a huge difference.
The scenario there, like like you said, I think that if Young missed that, I think that Rory might have made that. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I think so too. I honestly believe that.
It was good. It was good golf to watch. It was fun. I actually really like that match play format, and I think that if there's a way that they could do that a little bit more often, I don't know. It's but there was the level of competition's high. There's 8 solid golfers in there. But speaking of that, did you guys see that ass clown Kyle Porter, CBS or whatever his name is? It was like an unpopular opinion, and he said that if Tiger Woods was playing now against the current group of PGA players, that he wouldn't have been as dominant as he was.
Okay.
Did you guys see that?
Who said that?
Kyle Porter, I think his name is.
No. You hate him, eh?
I can't stand him.
Could be true, though.
No. Yeah. No.
I would say so. The level of competition is nowhere near what it was in Tiger's day. Now that doesn't mean that Tiger could get elevated if it was like this time period. But if he played the exact same way, I don't think it would be as distant.
It's hard to say, honestly.
No way. Keebs made a good point on Twitter. He said that Tiger won the U.S. Open with a broken leg and won the
against Rocco Mediate.
Yeah, I mean,
not fucking Scotty Scheffler.
Tiger also won the Masters 3 years ago against these guys after having 5 back surgeries and going through hell.
Yeah, I don't know that I completely agree with him, but I can actually validate, like, there's an argument there.
No,
it's not like that's the fucking worst take in the world.
Yeah, Ches says the match play isn't on the schedule for 2024. What's with that? Anybody?
It's
Ches,
done.
why is that? Why though?
That was the last one. I think they're
Keep
going to
said
something
drums,
else
you're not.
next year.
What? Like a different format or a different course?
No,
Also,
it's done.
Why is it still called Dell? Like, I don't think they've made Dell computers since fucking 1998. Have they?
Yeah, they still do. Yeah, definitely. I think Dell's like the what? Like the inside of it, like the guts.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they can customize too, I think. But
right.
Do we know, speaking of that, do we know who's going to take over FTX's naming rights of the LA arena?
Isn't it? I thought it was crypto.com.
Old scam bankrupt fraud.
Is crypto.com FTX?
No,
he's
maybe
got.
that's what it was.
He's in Florida, Miami, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Brazzers or one of those tried to get the naming rights.
Nice.
And so they circled back. They circled back when he was in his trouble there.
Good for Brazzers for checking in.
Yeah,
branching out. Yeah.
I mean, why not throw the hat in there?
Yeah, honestly, what's the worst that happens?
Do you imagine that?
Keebs is right. Dell is the poor man's Lenovo. That's exactly what I was thinking when I was talking about that. But Lenovo is also the poor man's Apple, no? I guess they have different functions.
Yeah, different. Totally different, I think.
So,
what do you guys think overall about it, though?
Do you guys want to retract your comments about Tiger while we're still live or not?
Well, I don't know. It's one of those things, man, that it's like saying
I don't think it's as offside as you think it is.
It's like saying that
Gretzky is better than McDavid.
Gretzky, yeah. But McDavid's way better, and that's what we see. But it's also like we don't know how good Tiger would have been with the growing up that they've had now either, right? Like he grew up with all the shit equipment that everybody else had.
Exactly.
And a lot of obstacles in his way.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
That motherfucker couldn't get on courses.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I think that obviously, Jor, what that guy's main job is. I know you shit on him. I forgot who he owes. Is it Reichman?
Yeah, and yeah. Reichman did the best move I've ever seen there, hedging that bet. He bet Bryce $50 at what was it? Something. But then he hedged his bet for like $2 to win way more in case Buffalo actually did win the cup.
That's actually unreal. Oh, so he would have bet $2 for Buffalo to win the cup, actually.
Right.
That was a wild bet. Shit, what the hell was I going to say? I don't know. I had something good.
I mean, I think that we can all agree that the level of competition is definitely higher than it was back then, without a doubt. But Tiger also beat all these clowns. Like, I shouldn't say clowns. All these guys 3 years ago after everything he's gone through at the age of like, what, 46, 47?
No, he's just no.
He's 46 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had something to say about Tiger too.
Okay, well, I'll keep talking about it because I finished watching No, I didn't finish. I got all the way up to hole 16 watching. Remember, I was talking about the 2019 Masters on YouTube the other night?
Yeah.
I got to 16, and up until that point, like after hole 12, it's when it started getting really like exciting and stuff. And I knew that if I was watching that while I was trying to sleep, I wouldn't be able to because I'd get so excited. And so I still have hole 17 and 18 to watch. And I'm kind of putting it off like you do for like a good book or like a good show or something. You kind of
the finale.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But you can wrap it up next week. Lead into the Masters.
I'll probably wrap it up tonight.
Oh, I had some actually. I was taking down points about the match play while we were watching it.
Let's hear it.
So this was actually super cool, and probably guys in the chat, Jor, you were there when when it came up again, and I explained it to you then. So there was a time drums. This is actually a super cool rule. that I never knew of before. So there's holes on that course where you can go for the green, and there's water in front. So, and the point of entry into the hazard is like pretty far back because it like cuts out.
Right.
And then you have to carry it there. So it would go like up the fairway, up the left side of the fairway, and then cut out and then go up the right. So if a guy goes for the green and hits it in the water, then his ball's up by the green. So then another guy would be further back, but he would actually be away. So he'd be like, say the guy would be like 60 yards out in the fairway or 50 yards out in the fairway, but the guy who hit the tee shot into the water off the tee, the ball was actually the closest to the pin where his ball was, where it laid to rest in the water. So the guy that's actually like 40 yards out as opposed to dropping it from 150 yards out, the guy at 40 yards has to hit before, because that guy's ball is actually closer to the pin inside the hat, like it's in the hazard.
Oh.
So that's like a match play rule. So the guy that's 40 yards out had to hit before the guy that's 150 yards out.
There's one guy that was just like right off the green, but because the pin was so close to the water there, the guy that was just off the green had to go first. Like Rory was chipping, I think, against Xander.
Yeah.
And so Rory was just off the green, and Rory had to chip it first, and then Xander had to go from like 170 yards back after Rory had hit.
After Rory chipped, yeah.
Because Xander's ball landed, as Reggie said, closer to the pin, like his first shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it laid to rest.
So,
I don't know. It was pretty cool. It's something you'd never think of.
Is that a new one?
No, it just must be just a match play thing, because a lot of the time you just be courteous and just hit it from back there, like in stroke. Because it really doesn't matter. But there's actually an advantage.
Yeah.
I know, but like in stroke, it wouldn't really be an advantage. Like it wouldn't really change anything.
Right. And it would just waste time.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool.
It is cool because it actually gave Xander a bit of an advantage there, because he got to watch Rory hit it first. And Rory kind of, if Rory would have put it, I guess it could have been a disadvantage too, because if Rory would have put it to 2 feet, that's a little tough for Xander, but at least he sees what he has to do, right?
There was one that was on like a par 5 too, and the guy went for the green in 2, and then another guy was like up against the railway tie, like 20 yards out, and this guy crossed the water, and he was like 90 yards, but the guy that was like 20 yards had to hit first for the same rule. Like I've seen it like 2 or 3 times on the weekend. It was pretty cool. And they explained it. I would have never thought that ever. But another thing that I noticed on the weekend, the Nike logo, like on all their clothes, like they've like doubled the amount of check marks on people's clothing now. Like they have one on the back, they have it on the arm, they have it on the front, they have it on their head. Like there's just on their gloves. Like there's just the check marks everywhere. Hey? And there's not really another brand that has that much. I feel like it's because if guys aren't sponsored by Nike, they have like 2 or 3 other sponsors on their shirts.
They do.
And fair Nike, it's only Nike. Like they don't allow anything else. Like there's a lot of other companies that are like co-branded, and there must be something with Nike that's like you can't co-brand it. Like if you're with Nike, like you're only with Nike.
They'd have to pay for that too, though.
They got a lot of leverage, probably.
Right.
I actually don't know that they'd pay for it, Drums, just because of the amount of leverage they had. They're like, we're Nike. You want us or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you're Spieth,
they do
then
have
I would
that
have been like,
leverage.
pay me or fuck off. Or no, he's Under Armour?
Yeah. What's the worst?
Like outside of Tiger, I would like, yeah, I would be, you have to pay me or I'm going elsewhere. Like your shit's not that good. You don't have clubs.
I don't know. I think Nike's got just because of Tiger. I mean, you'd get to go to all the Nike events. I'd wear Nike for free if I was on the PGA.
Keebs is right. Same with Under Armour. I feel like it's like the big 3, like Adidas.
Well, Adidas and
Nike,
TaylorMade are
Adidas is
Armour,
toast,
right?
man.
I know, but they would like no, because Shoffley still wears it. Like a few guys still wear Adidas.
Who's the worst? Who's the worst sponsor anybody has? I was thinking of like RBC. That's a bad sponsor. Like having that big lion patch on their shoulder.
I love that Cameron Young sponsored by the MLB.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That's got to be.
I love that.
The second worst. That actually might be the
Why
worst
not?
sponsor.
Why not though? It's sick. Nobody else would
sponsored by
give him a
another
chance,
league?
and they sponsored him. The MLB sponsored him. That's sick. He's riding it out. He could have any sponsor he probably wants now, but he's just sticking to the guys that supported him. I bet
That's a bad sponsor. I didn't
I
even know.
love it.
I thought it was like a knockoff MLB, like somebody who was just trying to like use their logo with their own brand. But that's actual MLB league that sponsored
I
him.
quietly
That's
love
nuts.
that. Yeah, honestly, I don't quietly love it. I fucking love
I
it.
loudly hate it.
It's so sweet.
What's the off the board best? It's got to be John Daly and Hooters, right?
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, I would go if I got to choose who sponsored me with anything. I would probably take TaylorMade. That'd be my number one.
Yeah,
they do
Callaway's not
everything
looking
right.
bad at all either.
Yeah, but it's still Callaway.
Who did you say yours would be?
TaylorMade.
Oh, I'd go Nike. Nike's sick. All the cool guys are Nike.
I mean, you could have both, right? You could have Nike gear, TaylorMade clubs.
I'd go TaylorMade gear, TaylorMade clubs, Nike gear.
True.
I would go Nike clubs, Nike gear.
Only because Tiger and Rory are both that way.
We need to bring Nike clubs back. Like, who do we talk to?
Bring the clubs back.
Who do we talk to about this?
I don't think you can.
It's like in the NHL when guys get accustomed to a skate and they have to keep using that skate for the rest of their career that isn't made anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Patty Marleau did that. He was wearing the same skates for like 20 years and they stopped making them. So he finally ran out of them at the end of his career.
Finally ran out. And then he retired, right?
Yeah. Didn't Spieth bingo another person too on Thursday?
Probably. Oh, shit.
And the kid didn't want anything. He just shook his hand.
I got something on that, yeah. I want to touch on these last two points I had about the match play first. Rory hitting that 378 drive to 3 feet to close out the match was absurd. Did you guys see that tweet about his driver numbers on the weekend? Like anywhere from 320 to 400, like the whole week, nothing less. It was disgusting, the driving that he put on.
Roll the balls back.
And one last thing, Mackenzie Hughes was in the top 16, and he's playing number 13, I believe it was. He blocked one pretty far right, and he had to hit one out of the Bermuda, and he kind of chunked it like the Bermuda grabbed his club. And the announcer's like, oh, it's not a surprise that he chunked that one. There isn't much Bermuda grass up in Canada. Like, the guy's been playing in the States for like fucking 20 years. Like, he knows what Bermuda grass is. Like,
yeah.
I was pissed off, actually. Like, what are you doing, man? It's like he just cruised up from Canada for this tournament, never played in the States before. Like,
yeah, crawled out of his igloo, dusted off his
skate, man, honestly.
Got on the plane.
Rode on a moose.
Yeah.
Drinking maple
syrup. Pulled out of the igloo and hopped on his moose. Okay, so Fox sent me about Spieth, a story.
Before that, quickly, Kenny says that Callaway is Travis Matthews now, too. I didn't know that.
I did.
Like Callaway bought them?
Yeah. It's like under their umbrella with Top Golf, Travis Matthews, Callaway.
Travis Matthews, overrated. I think I came to that conclusion about it.
I think we all kind of did.
Okay. So we said that guy demanded all this stuff. This is the power of the media. Like, that's what we went with. We ripped the guy apart on our podcast.
Who are you talking about?
And said that when Spieth hit that guy and kept it from going in the water.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
And we said that he asked for all this stuff. Turns out that guy's Lieutenant Colonel Matt Cutler, a 47-year-old Marine from Colorado Springs. He's performed tours in Okinawa, Japan, Germany, and multiple tours of Afghanistan and Iraq. PGA Tour approached Cutler and offered him tickets for the third round.
Masters?
And yeah. He's over there right now. Spieth said Saturday, pointing at Cutler. He's an active Marine. His name is Matt. I spent a little time with him yesterday. He didn't want anything. But I thought if I could do anything for him, I'd try to. And the tour stepped in and hooked him up too. So hopefully he's having a good weekend. And his knee, I mean, once I found out he was an active Marine, I don't really think getting hit in the knee really does much to those guys. So the guy took nothing for getting hit except tickets to the weekend. He didn't ask for anything, but then Spieth and the PGA stepped up and gave it to him.
So who came up with that story then?
Just social media, man. You know how it goes.
Like the guy that he hit last week or this week?
No, last week.
Remember
Like
we
the
had
guy
a
that we
10-hour
motherfucked on the
conversation about
podcast
what
for
we'd ask
20
for?
minutes.
Yeah, the guy that we ripped apart. Turns out he's an active Marine and didn't actually want anything. So that's
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we recant, and thank you for your service.
Yeah, I would
Yes.
officially like to retract my comments too.
Yeah.
On air, live.
I think that's that started the C word debate.
Yes, it did.
Possibly. Did it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Pretty sure. Okay, what do we got next year, Reggie? Anything else golf related or not?
Not really. I think I'm done. Cockerill's home for a while now, so we could cool it. Oh, we should do the you got the info on Max there for the worm of the week?
No, I don't.
Oh shit, sorry. I thought you had it. I'll look it up here quick. You guys go ahead.
Did you see that the Augusta is selling to-go packs for Masters meals? Like
Are they the same prices too, like as the course?
Yeah, I think so. But like you have to buy like a pack. So it'll come in like
They
a Hello
ship?
Fresh type thing. They ship
They
them
must
out,
ship.
yeah. So I think it's a couple $100, but you get like one of everything, all the sandwich, or you get like the ingredients to make the sandwiches. I don't think they pre-make them, but you get like what is the big one, like pimento? I don't even know. Like it's just weird shit that we don't eat up here.
Yeah.
Some ham and
too
cheese,
broke.
good old. But they're like $2 a sandwich. Coffee's 50 cents. I hope to keep that
50
forever.
cents?
Would you ever?
Co-op coffee's still only like $2, so they're hanging in there. They have the best
Would you ever
coffee.
order that though? Would you guys ever
Hey,
order
no.
that?
No. It's a cool
At the
idea.
Masters?
It's cute.
No, if I'm at the Masters, I'm drinking. What are their beer prices?
Not sure, actually. They might not sell it there.
Probably.
Would that
Sounds
shock
like
you?
something they do. You see,
So-
Gary Player ranked the Masters as 4th out of the majors.
Can we stop
When is-
talking to this guy?
I was just
Why?
gonna say, when is Gary Player's opinion gonna stop mattering? The guy has bad takes. His son got banned from the
His
Masters,
son.
and they're gonna
Yeah. Fucking nitwit.
Like-
I mean, I could see his point in the sense like I actually might put the Open even or above the Masters. But to say that the PGA Championship is above the Masters, like that's just
You're
not
nuts.
even, that's nuts. Even the US Open, you can't. No, never.
how? Like how?
I can see
Come on.
for people overseas that the Open Championship is number one. I'm perfectly on board if that's their take, but anything past 2 for the Masters is fucking nuts.
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 Like what are we even talking about here?
Masters though? Okay, let me
He's
tell
a
you about
dipshit.
let me tell you about the Masters real quick. The Masters is phenomenal. There's no doubt about it. That's like one of my main bucket list things to do is get to the Masters. But there are weird things about it, like the fact that they have fake birds on TV. Like I don't know, that's kind of that ruined a lot of things for me in life. No,
I don't know. It's not that shocking. Like fucking hockey games pumping fake crowd noise. It's not that
I guess.
crazy to hear about, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. You're off that, George, because of that?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's just for the viewing experience, and it works.
Yeah, and I get it too. But I mean, we drove through Georgia in November, and like those Georgia pines there, like Georgia's so nice, so nice, and green. I mean, it wasn't that green in November, but just the pines there, those trees are phenomenal, and the history there and everything. I just don't see how he must be losing his mind if he said that the PGA Championship is above the Masters or something.
Where's he from? Though?
Yeah. South Africa.
Yeah. So
I don't know where he lives, but yeah, he's off his rocker. That guy.
He's still a beauty though. No, I don't
is
know.
he?
I don't
I
like
like
him. I don't like him.
I
I
hate
don't like
him.
him for a long time. The shit with his kids, just well, that was the wildest thing
Yeah,
ever.
that pissed me off.
Every time he talks, he kind of strokes himself off of how good he was and how above the curve he was with fitness and all that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I could just do without him.
I'm off.
Legend. Like, you can't take that away. It's just I don't care for your opinion.
Speaking of kids, how about Danny Briere's kid?
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like wild, actually.
Like rotten.
It's wild, but does the kid need to get absolutely massacred? Like, do we need to ruin this kid's life?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm Drums. You know how I am with cancel culture.
Yeah, I think I'm more pissed off at the cancel culture in this side of it than, like
that's scum of the earth shit, though.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. He gets what he deserves. Reggie, tell us about Max.
Yeah, so Max finished T4 at the PGA Tour Latino America at the Roberto de Vincenzo Memorial 100 Years in Buenos Aires. Huge for him. I mean, he's still trying to start out, right? He played in the Canadian Open last year, right?
Who? Max?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't answer that with the.
And he follows the boys on Twitter, which is actually pretty sick. And I think his whole family follows the boys now. So he's he's an up and comer.
Max's last name.
Sekulek.
Okay.
Sekulic. I've tweeted about him like plenty in the past. I didn't think I had to go into too much detail. Had a big week. T4. Finished at 12 under. Guys like that just need a kickstart, right? I mean, same as all the other Canadians on tour. This might be it. This might get him an exemption in something else, and then who knows? He could be the next Canadian in the top 100 the way things are going right now.
That's how it starts, right?
That's right, baby.
Did you guys see the Canadian PGA or PGA Tour Canada, whatever it's called, is joining up with Latin tours to form a tour next year?
Nope.
Okay, then don't quote me on that, because I've tried to look it up again twice and haven't come across anything, so I might have fucking dreamt it. I don't know.
You could have. Do you guys dream?
Too much.
Do you?
Yeah.
Drums? I don't remember. Something like significant needs to happen in them for me to remember. Like, as soon as I wake up, it's gone.
I remember them all the time.
But yeah, same with Liz. Like, you should have seen this dream I had last night. I'm like, I can't remember.
Kenny, I saw that. I saw what Kenny's talking about there about the guy from Toronto that runs this. It's like it's a 1-day trip, and you go on a PJ out of Toronto, and it's like a ticket to the Masters and something else, and it's a $50 raffle. This guy just gives it away every year. Vander Hayden, actually, he had it from Toronto. It's one of his buddies from there.
So Ken did
that.
Is that what Brad won?
They only sell 300.
No way, really?
Yeah.
So this is just a raffle to even get into the raffle.
It's funny that we're linked into the same one that only sells 300 tickets from Toronto.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. I mean,
no, but I mean, like, how we would even both know about it, like from Brad and from Vander Hayden. But I wonder if Brad and Vander Hayden are from the same place.
I wonder how you get in on that. Ken must know. Ken's got some good info. I'm glad Ken's back from curling all winter. We need to sabotage his winter next year to make sure he's in the chat more often. Who would we talk to about that? Maybe somebody important.
Beers are $3 or $4. Are you flooring it at the Masters at $3 a beer?
I think so.
I don't know that I'd floor it at the Masters, honestly. Doesn't seem like the place to be floored.
I also kind of want to keep my wits about me so I remember it.
Yeah, true.
That's what I mean. Like, I might not even have a beer. I might just drink water all day. Ham and cheese.
But you almost have. You're not going to get drunk there, I don't think. You're right.
Yeah, you got to have a couple drinks.
This isn't the waste management where you show up hammered and leave crawling. There's so many. Holy Christ! So many funny videos from the waste management. It's nuts how drunk they get and how they just can't walk.
I love.
And they usually just end up by themselves too.
The sideways ones are the best,
Yeah.
man.
Where
Because
they're
it's
trying
always
to
so
lock
slow
down his
too.
phone.
Their heads like falling backwards, like
The last one I saw, that guy was kind of going down the stairs and he was about to go talk to that girl that was walking by. And right before he got to approach her, he started veering off to the left and just kind of like did a little turn because all his body weight was going that way. She just basically ignored him completely and he ate shit going back up the stairs.
oh, that's unreal. Like it really is unreal.
It is.
Those poor bastards, man.
Okay. So we'll save the rest of the chat for next week. Reggie, do you got anything planned for the Masters next week?
Yeah, we're gonna do a pool, but only for the 88 sets. I'm gonna get it going tomorrow.
For the show, I mean.
Oh, for the show for the Masters?
Yeah.
Not as of right now, but could think.
I think last year you had a really cool 10 things you didn't know about.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, for sure.
Birds.
That'd be next week.
That. Yeah, it'd be a good one. Before the Masters too.
I could do.
Did you guys see the debate that was on? I think it was Foreplay. Who's a more known athlete, Brooks Koepka or Connor McDavid?
Yeah, I saw that. Who's more known?
Yeah. Do you agree with what their take was?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see their take.
They were all in agreement that Brooks is probably a more known athlete.
No fucking way.
Like to be recognized walking down the street?
Yeah.
Or people know his name?
Even his name?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it helps that he was on Netflix, for one.
True enough.
I don't know.
That brings in a whole new audience of casual sports fans.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Is it not crazy that the most dominant hockey player in 35 years is less known than Brooks Koepka?
I don't think he is.
Yeah, 100% he is.
Cam,
yeah.
Oh yeah, Brooks Beacon Ekblad.
You like that?
I think he got banned from
that,
I think he got banned from something. I saw that. I don't know if that one was true. Just the Twitter that he got banned from the arena after that.
He must have been torched.
He was crippled.
Why was he holding a pylon? And it looked like a pylon pinata. Was there candy in that?
No, he grabbed it from somewhere. I saw they both made comments on it.
He's a dipshit.
Yeah, he was pickled with his boys, and I guess Ekblad had a turnover, and they scored on the turnover, so he had the pylon out and was calling him a pylon and motherfucking him. And then so after they asked Ekblad, they're like, are you friends with him? What was that about? He's like, I've never met the guy in my life, and I have no intentions to. And Brooks was like, yeah, I'm a huge, huge hockey fan, big Florida fan. And he cost us a goal, so I was just letting him know. All right, guy.
I don't like Brooks, but whatever.
I don't care for him either. It was just the video. I liked how he had a pylon there. It was just random how it was being filmed. It was almost like a clip from The Office or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like it was staged, man. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. He was yelling, and then I think there was a goal right after he was yelling, and so the fans started cheering, and then Brooks looked over at the person that was filming him, and then it just cut out. It was like
it was like he caught. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. But do you guys think, obviously Gretzky is probably one of the most well-recognized names in sports history, never mind now or whenever, but do you think that was because he was in LA too? Because Connor's been in Edmonton for his entire career.
There's probably some validity to that.
And
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
And if McDavid if he ever overtook his scoring record, I mean, but yeah, I mean, Gretzky being number one and being in the LA sports market.
And New York.
But at the time, Gretz would have been probably 2 or 3 most recognizable athletes in the world.
Behind Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
And Tiger Woods.
He would have been
Or
in
Barkley.
different times, right? Like Tig
Messi,
wouldn't have been
yeah.
around for that.
Messi is crazy how well known. I mean, and we're in Canada too. I mean, we're very hockey and not a whole lot of soccer.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of him trying to go out for dinner?
Messi?
Yeah, there was like 20,000 fans just like stormed outside this restaurant.
Soccer fans are insane, though. They're a
Nuts.
different level of insane.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Bryce said he remembers when they used to call Dell a pylon.
That's what I was laughing at before. I was waiting for you to get to it.
Is that Kings games or like when Dell's playing against the Kings?
Kings games, probably.
Both.
Like when he was with the Kings?
People are ruthless.
It was probably Robbie Drager. That guy has no chill on anything at the rink.
Shout out to Dell.
Really
they got the finals this weekend, don't they?
They actually beat Elkhorn.
It's 1-1, isn't it?
Their goalie made like 68 saves or something. Is that good? I don't know.
My favorite part about that, I woke up like, when was that? When did they play? Friday or Saturday?
I don't know.
Anyways, I woke up in Dauphin and I saw a tweet from the Seahawks Twitter account saying like, we lost or game 1 goes to Dosa, blah, blah, blah. Shots were 68-20. And then just like showing how bad they beat up Dosa. And then I saw Patty Law's tweet right below it. There's one number that matters on there, and it's not the shots on goal.
Patty?
Very true, Patty.
Yeah, you gotta love Patty on Twitter.
You have to love that, actually. Kind of controversial, but also deadly.
Yes, he is. It's good to see. I like controversy in life. There's too many bitches in the world right now.
No bitches in the world?
Not women, like little bitches.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. A couple things, actually. We're going to get to our segments here in hopefully the next 5 minutes or so. So get ready for that, fellas. But in case you hadn't heard, the 88 Sats is getting up there in numbers. We're getting close. So we're going to make a final push here. But it kind of got me thinking about, I saw Tiger Woods's, I think, who is it, Trout?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mike Trout's getting his own golf course. I mean, that's the MLB at work. They get paid pretty well there, hey?
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Unreal.
in there? Okay. Yeah.
Like, doesn't he make like 60 to 80 sheets a year?
Yeah, he makes a lot of fucking money.
So he's dumping into a golf course, and the Tiger Woods design is doing it. So it got me thinking about how I would design a golf course. And I remember being a kid. I don't know if you guys can relate to this or not, or anybody listening, but I always used to draw golf courses and golf holes. Not dicks like super bad. But I always used to draw golf holes and stuff. And golf
you kind of did, though, draw dicks. Back to that for a second, but just kidding. Mom and Dad are listening, and they could attest.
Anyway, so I started kind of thinking of what I would do for a golf course, and then we were talking about it within our little chat we got going, whether you would buy a golf course or build a golf course. What are you guys doing? Or buy one and renovate it. So anyways, I started looking at Tiger designs, and did you guys know that he has 13 projects he's working on?
Like just currently?
You knew that, Reggie?
Hey?
You knew that?
I follow like his foundation on Instagram.
Oh, I thought he only had like 4 courses. But so I'm not going to run through them all. I wrote them down and went through them. I looked at them all, checked them all. There's some pretty cool stuff, and a lot of them are just restorations. But anyways, the idea that I had is I want to figure out a way to get people listening and people watching and people on King Golf account to submit their own golf course, just in case 88 Sats turns out and we can build a golf course or renovate. I just think it'd be a cool contest to do if you design your own golf course. And so there's going to be more information coming on that. But I wanted to throw it out there right now to get people thinking about it. And there's going to be hopefully a cash prize reward for the best course, whether that's in cash or Bitcoin.
So people are going to draw them or?
Yeah, just do like a 18-hole design and give like a description of every hole. And I don't know how many people will enter. I just think it'd be really cool to see some layouts. I don't know. I would really enjoy doing it. Do you think so?
Maybe not. Like, what do you have to base it on? Do you actually have to have land where you could build it, or this could be anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to figure out the logistics of it in terms of like the parameters, maybe the budget. I don't know. Budget might be tricky, but you'd obviously have to say kind of what your location is in terms of like country, area, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's kind of your own imagination, but I want to throw it out there because it's something that we're going to probably do in the coming weeks or month. And we're going to try to find a sponsor to do it. And that's how the cash will be supplemented. So we'll probably put it out there to a vote within the community and see who wins. Maybe narrow it down to like 10 and then post them on the website or something along those lines. It's got to be figured out, but wanted to throw it out there for people to start thinking about. So it's not like, a big shock when we announce it and only give a week to submit it. So
I'm just going to do Lakewood Hills and then add in some hazards. I'm going to ask Jimmy Dudman for the blueprints of Lakewood Hills.
That was
that's drummies.
I know, but I'm actually going to go get the original blueprints from him, and then I'm just going to pretend like I drew those up in the last.
I already have like my expansion figured out too. Get
for
the
the
18.
For the 18.
You going across the road?
No, just wrap around the lake and then you go up into the hills.
So should we set what should the rule be? Should you just have to build it from scratch, or could you redesign one of the courses?
I don't know.
I think for consistency, it would probably make the most sense to just build your own.
There's got to be a website to do this too, eh?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think in reality of everything, like it's going to be a lot more enticing to people liking something if it's brand new, as opposed to just like making a couple changes on a course.
I agree. But I mean,
do it if you want it, but you're going to be lame. You're wasting your time.
Well, yeah, and maybe that's a good way to do it. But at the same time, it's like, imagine if somebody actually put a lot of effort into it and had an idea, had a course,
True.
They came up with the ideas, and then the course actually implemented it.
True.
And we did like some sort of like fundraiser of some sort and helped them pay for it. I don't know.
True.
So that's a good call, Reggie. Maybe we'll leave it up to the imagination. Maybe a blank canvas and just submit your best project, whatever it is, and we'll vote on it. The one thing I did want to talk to about Tiger's courses is the Jupiter Island practice facility. It's just 4 acres of greens and shots from 150 in. And he has different contours and turfs for every different green. And all the bunkers they bring in sand from whatever courses are majors that year. So obviously Augusta sand would stay in one. But if like they were doing one from...
Okay, go into further detail about this.
The practice facility?
Sick, yeah.
Well, it's in Jupiter, and I mean that's kind of they just put in the bunkers or the sand into the bunkers to replicate whatever majors Tiger's golfing in that year.
Do they do greens too or no?
I think that the greens are as well. Like the turf is all different. I don't know that they adjusted per major, but they're all like different types of grass, like Bermuda.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
They don't have Bermuda in Canada, right?
Pardon me?
They don't have Bermuda in Canada?
No.
Dickheads.
What's the grass that Oak Island has though?
Some kind of bent grass, isn't
I
it?
was gonna say bent grass.
Kentucky
And is that
bluegrass.
not what they put? What is it? Drums?
I don't know. I'm just throwing up shit.
Oh,
I think it's the same as St. Charles was putting on that one fairway.
I was gonna say that. So why would they do that on just one fairway though?
They were just testing it to see if it would grow there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because
When we were there, remember?
It'd be largely due with the soil, hey, conditions.
Yeah, just to see if they could do it, and then they did it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they
And
did it
better.
for their whole course, like we've been back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago now, eh?
Cabot?
No, St. Charles.
Speaking of Cabot, I mean, obviously you'd have to have your layout. Maybe you'd have to have it. I don't know. This could be a tough contest to do because there's so many variables. But maybe you just say, give them a blank canvas, and whatever is the best one wins.
Did I tell you guys about Landon Hall?
No.
So I played hockey with him here in Dauphin, and he's I told you guys before he was at that Coeur d'Alene's in wherever the hell it is, Idaho.
Yeah.
And he was working there. He's trying to get his superintendent's ticket. So he's actually working at Cabot St. Lucia right now. And he said he'll come on the podcast as soon as he's home and like explain like the process for everything and like go through everything. So I think that'd be cool to hear about too.
Deal.
What's St. Lucia? That's like its own island, right?
Yeah. And he's where he sends me snaps like once a week of like just sick holes, man. Like there's one you have to carry it over the ocean. It's sick.
Oh,
That is sick. I also didn't know that Tiger. Speaking of, well, this isn't Cabo San Lucas, but I didn't know that Tiger had 3 courses in Cabo.
He's making one for that PGA stop, right? Or it's made already.
There's El Cardinal.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
He built that one. I think was 2014, and then there's a Oasis short course at Diamante, and then the Legacy Club at Diamante. So he's got 3 courses in Cabo.
I didn't know that either. But
Pretty
he
cool
like that tournament that was at Mayakoba, it's being moved to his course now, right?
yes. The one that Liv took over? Yeah.
Yeah. So, pretty sick.
Cam in the chat said that Mike Trout makes $35 million a year. I'm pretty sure I'd be buying a golf course if I made $35 million a year too.
Yeah.
I'm not paying him that much to be on my fantasy team. I drafted him this year. He's not getting that much from me.
I'm thinking about building a golf course and I make like $35 a year. So
$35 a year.
Does any part of your guys' anticipation for next week they include like, or is Liv a part of that? Like, I've got some anticipation of not necessarily like drama between players, but like if their guys can actually like come out and compete.
Yeah, it would be a big FU to the world golf rankings for sure if they all did well.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I actually am. And I know that the media will blow it up, but I actually am looking forward to seeing what happens with it either way. Like, I mean, if they all miss the cut, I think that would be funny. And if one of the live players ends up winning, I think that would be funny too.
Yeah. I'm with you. I hope like media, like we get it. You're not going to get anything more out of anybody. Just carry on. Let's have the Masters week. These guys are here. There's nothing you're going to do about it. Like, I don't know why but we know that it's not. It's going to be a shit show media wise. But I wish they would just fuck off finally and let them play.
They're not good.
But did you see there was a bit of news coming out regarding their contracts? There's a lot of talk of one in particular trying to get out of his contract, that being Brooks. But apparently there's clauses in their contracts that they have to pay back double to 4 times what their signing bonus was.
To get out?
Just trap.
So again, that's only till 25. So 2 more years.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. So no, I don't know. Like, I mean, if these guys were just bouncing around back and forth, like, that'd be good for nobody.
You can't say that. What would you be saying if the PGA did that to their players? You'd be shitting all over them.
The PGA
was in their contract that they signed.
It's crazy, but those are the details that you didn't see at the start. Hey, like that's
right. But it's just hilarious, though.
But Brooks also said that he knew that and he has no issues with it. So I don't know what the big.
But he said he regrets it, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, and then there's the next thing you see is he's happy where he is, blah blah blah. So who knows?
Yeah, who really knows, man?
Yeah, who knows? Who cares?
Who knows? Who cares? That's a good way to put it.
Drummy, do you want to start off the segments tonight? You got any You See This, or are you going Culture Corner, or what are you thinking?
I just got a few You See This. I've been just with the weekend and everything. I haven't gotten into too much stuff pretty deep. One big thing and this guy we bring up on the podcast every now and then, but Kanye West is no longer against the Jews after rewatching 21 Jump Street. He posted on Instagram that he just finished watching 21 Jump Street, and Jonah Hill's performance made him change his mind. So he's no longer Hitler. He's back in everybody's good graces, and everything's all cool again. He's going to get back with Adidas. Yeah. Like, what world are we in? Hilarious. This quote from Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, they've got the Nike Story movie coming out.
Right away. What? Like Shoe Dog? Like Phil Knight?
Yes. So like the Nike signing Jordan, all that stuff.
Shoe Dog, I think, was the book about it.
I have the book.
About it? Okay. Yeah. So I guess it'll be based off that.
But I have it.
But he was asked some comments on golf. And he says, I look at golf like meth. They have better teeth, but it doesn't seem like people ever come out of that. Once they start golfing, you just don't ever see them again.
It's not too far from the truth. I mean, there are some
pretty
exceptions.
valid. There's some addiction there in golf, though.
Oh, yeah.
What causes that, though? Like, did you guys see that stand-up comedian we posted on King Golf yesterday talking about why golf was invented to get away from the wives for 6 hours and drive around on a cart and drink and smoke cigars? And did you guys see that?
I missed that one, but I don't disagree with that. There's like strong validity to that.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It's an addictive game that people, like, anybody can play. Maybe not to the certain
handicapping has something to do with that.
To do with what?
So many people being interested in it, or no?
Yeah.
It's the only sport where you can really get that.
Yeah, because like I can't.
Like, what are you gonna do in hockey? Like,
yeah, I can't go on a rink with Rip and be like, okay, I get 6 strides on you. Like, what does that mean?
But bowling has that. Bowling,
yeah, bowling has handicaps, right?
Is curling?
Yeah. No,
I don't think curling does.
No. Yeah, golf's unreal.
There's only yeah. I was thinking about that actually the other day. How, like, I'm reading a book to get better mentally at golf and like paying so much attention to like golf, like why?
Well, fix your mental health, like, period, to begin with, and then move on to golf.
Right.
Is what it should be. But
right.
No, I'm with you.
But I'm like reading this book, like all the mental habits of golf, and like I get it, but it's like,
yeah, but I mean,
but we're so invested in golf, it's unbelievable.
I don't know that it's even that, though, because I really think that, you know, if you're playing to your abilities on the golf course and you're having fun and you're enjoying it, and that's like an escape for you not an escape, but if it's something that you really love to do, then that comes full circle in the sense that improves your mental health.
True. But it can also shit all over your mood if you're having a bad day on the golf course. Like, it can just destroy your day if you have a shit day.
Yeah, but I mean, that also ties in with it all too. It's like, are you really going to let that ruin your day, then yeah, you probably should take a few steps back. And
I just mean it's crazy how much time and effort we put into golf.
I know,
Like,
I
it's
agree.
just a
I
sport.
agree. Well,
it seems so much different than hockey. Like I'm saying, I'm playing rec hockey right now, and basically in life right now, like I'm playing rec golf. Like in reality, that's what we're playing is rec golf. But like
Right,
I'm
but
not
it's
going
an
to go like
individual
hit the
sport,
gym
too.
and like do all this shit like to get in shape for rec hockey. But like I want
having
to for golf.
There'll be something there like having a team win versus having an individual win. There's more gratification.
More
I don't
merit
know.
to it? Yeah, definitely.
What it would
Yeah.
be,
Yeah, definitely. More to prove to
And then
yourself.
the last one I got here that was circling around, story of a pilot who was sucked out of a plane at 23,000 feet in 1990. So it was a British Airways pilot. They were traveling. All of a sudden, the windshield busts out of the cockpit. Pilot didn't have his seatbelt on, so he starts like bobbing around the entire cockpit, and then gets sucked out the window, but like grabs onto like there's like a divider in between, so he grabs onto that, and he's holding on for dear life. The plane's taking a nosedive, so the co-pilot's trying to straighten the plane while trying to grab the pilot at the same time as this
Well,
guy's
where's the
dangling
co-pilot?
out of
Oh, he's strapped in.
he's strapped in, but he's trying to now like level the plane.
and save his body.
Everything comes crashing into the door. The door kind of breaks open. A flight attendant looks in, sees the guy hanging out. The flight attendant comes in, straps herself like to the wall, and like hangs on to him. It took like 20 minutes to get this guy back into the cockpit, but they were able to land. But this guy dangled out there for like 25 to 30 minutes.
What?
Actually saved him.
Yeah, yeah, he survived.
How?
Just
How'd
like
you hold on
casual,
that
eh?
long?
Just by like
What'd
pure
you-
force, like just locked himself in. The help of everybody, like it took like 3 or 4 to get him dragged back in. Absolutely crazy.
So they obviously would have had to go from behind and pull him, right? Because they wouldn't have been able
Motherfucker
to
was
grab
out
his
the
arm.
windshield.
Yeah,
They had to pull him in from the front.
yeah.
So what did you do on the weekend?
How scary would that
Got
be?
pulled out of a plane?
And I mean, usually in most cases like that, you just die, so you wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But like that guy's
Right.
thinking about that every day for the rest of his life. No?
Yeah, he has a bad dream. That's what his bad dream is about.
Yes.
Oh, I was dangling outside of a fucking plane.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
That's all I got. That's all I got for this week.
Unbelievable.
Where'd that come up on Twitter? Or something?
Yeah, random Twitter shit.
Does
So
Bryce
hopefully
think
it's
that? Does Bryce think that Tom Cruise is Mexican?
Yeah.
That's like
Should
Dell.
be,
Did you guys see Dell's Instagram story the other day?
yeah, so funny how he corrected himself on there. The investors?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch it then.
He shared the 88 Sats post that we had, and he put like investors could be you, like I think it's Step Brothers, but he spelt investors wrong. He spelt it with an E at the end instead of an O. Man, my eye is itchy here. Sorry to anybody watching this. And so he spelled it INVESTER instead of OR at the end, investors. And then the next morning, he posted another tweet or another story saying, good thing people in charge of this know how to spell investors. Classic Dally. Okay, so I'll move on to, I forget what my segment's even called.
Save yours for last, because mine isn't, I don't really have anything tonight. Like I do, but I don't. I was waiting till right now to retweet it. I just retweeted John Sherman's tweet. I don't know if you guys caught it today or not. Said this took me 25 plus years in golf to learn. I'll teach it to you in 5 minutes. And it's a thread of like 25 tweets. It's absolutely incredible. So what I want my stroke saver this week is just to go to our Twitter, follow that thread, and then I'm going to recap my favorite ones next week. But my stroke saver is just to go to Twitter and read that thread because it's unbelievable.
That's kind of a cheap one.
It's cheap, but it's like, honestly, it's way more than I could ever help anyone on this podcast with anything. So just go to that and check it out. And then we'll recap it. We can honestly spend 20 minutes next week recapping it because it's that good.
We got the Masters preview though.
Yeah, well.
How's your Sherman book coming along, Reggie?
Hey?
How's the Shermanators book?
I haven't read it yet. I've had a busy like I've read like 8 chapters or something, but I've kind of had a standstill. I've been busy the last week.
Anything to share
on it?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Why did Bryce say let?
Not sure.
Bryce, you okay?
He's having a stroke.
Roscoe in the chat.
Whoa. You say Bosco or Roscoe?
I said Roscoe.
Oh, I said Bosco. Did you guys see Ross's article on Saturday, Man and Sun?
Yep.
Pretty good article.
Pretty sick. Yep.
From our buddy Tommy Freeze. Saw Thomas on Friday. I was in Brandon.
Yeah, when did you see him? At the Sim?
Saw him at the Sim. I did. I had like no, I shouldn't say that much, but I had a lot of King golf stuff that I was running around on Friday to multiple houses and establishments, and I met Thomas was just finishing up. JP was there, and Waters was there, and I dropped something off for Evan as well at the pro shop. So I killed like 4 drop-offs at the Sim, one in one spot. They're all in the same spot.
4 birds stoned at once.
Yeah. Ross says, "Oh, stop, keep going." Okay. What's Ross's logo there? Little skull. Kind of cool. It looks like a gamer.
Yeah, 4 birds with one rock.
I did stone 4 birds. It's pretty good to see. Okay, so you're done, Reggie?
You got 4 birds stoned. Yep, that's mine. Just go read it. We'll recap it next week. I'm sorry I wasn't more prepared. I've had a lot of shit going on. That
that's okay. That's okay. We're just glad to have you here tonight. One last thing on Roscoe's Shanks driving range there, though. Remember Drake was in the chat last week? Golf Highway?
Drizzy?
Yeah. Drake,
he's helping Roscoe with his, like, he's the one who did the flyover of that post from.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So those guys are working together. It's good to see. Drake's pretty good with that stuff, and it helps having a drone, I think, for that kind of stuff. And it'll be cool. Good to see. Oh, Drake's here. We spoke him into existence.
Oh, wow, Drake has entered the chat. Discord. Oh boy, more to come.
More to come, he says, with a wink face. All right.
Applause.
So the last one here is my segment tonight, and I've gone through a few segments here, but I've been pretty heavy on golf lately, more so than anything else, which is good to see. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm going to be talking about tonight is an application for your phone. And this is not, I cannot take the credit for this. This is, I was talking to Des today from out at Oak Island, and he kind of gave me a tip for this. He said he's going to try it out for his first couple tournaments of the year. And so he asked me if I had ever heard of Golf Genius. And I said no, but then I remembered that the Tamarack was using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, yeah, he's been looking into different applications and stuff to use for tournaments and men's nights. And he found he reached out to Golf Genius, and they were going to charge him like $4,000 for it. And I'm thinking that there's probably a fee.
$4,000
for what?
For their app
to set up Oak Island for their tournaments and shit.
Holy shit!
It must be like there must be different levels of it, but I guess for what Des needed, it was 4 Gs. So I mean, like, that's heavy for a golf course in Manitoba, right? The courses don't make a ton, but anyways, he said that he kept sniffing around for apps, and he came across this one called what's a weird word? Squabbit or Squabbit.
Squabbit.
It's, I guess
it's
it's
Squabbit.
It's this combination between squirrel and rabbit. So whatever ties that is, I don't know. It's called squabbit though, or squabbit.
Oh yeah, golf tournament scoring.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's strictly an app. It's for free, 100% free. There's no like pro version or anything. Des said that the guy basically just made it out of love of golf and love of like making apps. And so, yeah, Ken said it makes it so sweet having a live leaderboard in a scramble, and that's what this does. So you can actually like follow people on there. You can chat with other people. I think that there's other similar apps to this, but like it's pretty slick. And I was looking for like the website and their Instagram, and they literally have nothing except this app.
Hilarious.
And so check it out because it has all the courses. I did a fake round at Rossman today just to see kind of how it all works and shit. Very easy to use. Like you just plunk in your score there. You can say enter stats for the hole. There's like total putts, green and regulation, what side of the cup you missed on if you want to get into that. If you hit the fairway.
So then just any other user that's using that app on that course can like read your stats too.
Your feed. It shows when you post a score. It shows when you make a birdie. It shows you can make little status updates on there. You can post pictures if something happened on the course. It's actually a really good app.
The only
so we rocking with this for the cup?
We're gonna try it, I think.
Yeah.
The only issue I have, and that it's because I play at Gilbert and I play at Rossman. For the most part, there's no cell service, so it doesn't really work at those places.
I know.
Which is such a Stone Age thing that they can't have cell service at these golf courses in 2023.
That's a you problem, yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, those courses it doesn't work on. Like, there's that Grint. Like, it doesn't work. Like, what am I going to do? Just update all 9 holes when I get to the clubhouse? Like, it's cool to do that stuff as you're going, but
Carmen Golf Course has an app? That's impressive. Sorry, Reggie.
Oh, that's okay.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
That's the only weak spot for me. It's just, it's shitty. But it's
so
the same as everything.
I wonder. I mean, if Harley's listening to this, we could probably get a boost on the course. I mean,
shouldn't every course have an app?
I think so.
And like that's your scorecard.
Roscoe said, "Jor, I need that hat in every color. How do I get it in my life ASAP?" I'm a big fan of this hat. I didn't know how it was going to turn out when I sent in the design, but absolutely love. We have the blue on navy or blue on navy. We have gray on gray, white on black, and
black on black.
Gold
on black.
Gold on black. But we can get it in any color though. That's the nice thing about it. Sorry, Drums. What were you saying there?
Forget.
No, you said
every course have an app, and like that's their scorecard.
I think so. Like I can't believe it's not there. Plus, I think that if every course had an app, I think that you could have the tee sheet on there, and you could just go on there and select your tee sheet. Like you don't need to call in for a tee time. Like you go on there and book it.
Nobody does anymore, though. I don't think.
And also, like that app would do your handicaps, so you wouldn't have to pay like an extra $50 a year to be in the handicap system or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, I think the handicaps are a little bit off on here, and that's what Dez's main concern was. But he also said that like in tournaments and shit, like handicaps are irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
No. And the other cool thing too is that this app has like 15 different games on it. And I haven't tried that because I don't know what I'm not going to play a game against myself in my living room, right? Like you actually have to go through the process of it. But it also has like you can click to say add more, and you can actually like send the app creator a message saying like, this is the game, these are the rules, please put this on the app and add it.
Oh shit.
Like Wolf's on there, and you can select how many players, how much per hole, all this stuff.
That's so sick.
It is.
It's all on this app?
It's a really good app.
Can you do like the money transfers and shit from games like that other app that we talked about too?
That'd be next level.
Yeah. That's when he can charge $1 or $2 for it.
Yeah. Back to because I mean, all you'd have to do with that is say you had like it was on the Lightning Network with Bitcoin, and all he would have to do there is just take like 1% of every payment. I should actually message him and just tell him that. See, he probably knows what he's doing.
The creator?
Yeah.
Well, apparently he does.
One last thing I was going to add about that, though, is like with virtual scorecards, I don't know that I love that. I think that some things are meant to be on pen and paper, like restaurants, menus. Never. I'm never looking at my phone. I'm never looking at your website to see what I can order. Give me a fucking piece of paper, and I'm ordering off that.
I still think that for tournament scoring too. I think there's something to be said about like writing down a score after the hole. For
like the Tamarack.
Individual stroke tournaments. For the King Cup, you could have that digital all day.
It'd be so good. Because if you can upload pictures or videos and shit at the same time, it will be a gong show on it.
But then it also almost, and I know you always have to think about this though. Like, it almost enables cheating. Like, oh, this is what this team is at. Like,
exactly.
Sort of.
Sort of too, but I mean, you can only do so much, right? Like if you part every hole,
gonna cheat. If somebody's gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat.
And then you go eagle. Yeah. I think that it actually makes people honest too, because you can see where they're at the whole day, and if it's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's also easier for finger to slip on a plus or minus on your phone versus writing a number. So
who cheats in golf? Desperate people, Roscoe.
So Roscoe is one of the Tamarack committee members, and he said that they've been running into the same issues with the Tamarack with the live updates on 13, 14, 15 because of the service issues, I guess, on the course.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, 10 years down the road when there's Starlink at every, like Bryce said, when there's Starlink at every place here, this won't be an issue, right?
Let's go,
But for now, what's that?
Let's get her going, Elon.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good too.
Ooh.
What Kenny said.
Oh, so you keep track of your other team score?
Yeah. So Kenny says on the app for Carmen, it has a login, and you actually score the other team's score, not your own, which makes sense.
That's the way to do it, honestly.
And that would be the same as like an individual tournament too, right?
Yeah, because you have to sign it anyways. But at that point, you're just like, okay,
whatever. You can do a virtual signature too. Sign your iPad, your phone.
Cam said Drums had a good name for cheaters on last week's pod. What'd you call him, Drums? Was that the C word?
CUNT.
See you next Tuesday. I don't know. That's when it was for, though, was it?
Yeah, Cam. No, but Cam just means like what Drums said is a good word to describe cheaters.
Yeah, Drums.
My mom said I can't say that no more. So
really,
it's out of the vocab. But I said
the
R word that I've dropped a million times on there, we're fine with.
She listened to it?
Yeah, it was just a conversation we had.
Hey, shout out to Cheryl. If she's listening. She's probably not watching, but if she's listening, does she listen to pods or videos?
She's caught a couple. She's quite illiterate with the electronics, but we get her sorted.
All right,
boys. She's late again.
Yeah, let's wrap her up.
No, we're much earlier than last time, but yeah, Reggie's still in baseball mode here, so we can
wrap. No, I'm not. Actually, I was just reviewing my team, and I am. This will be the last time I ever try to do a podcast and pick a fantasy baseball team at the same time.
I mean, who could have saw that coming?
Yeah. The only shitty thing is I do a podcast every week, and I'm going to have to follow this fucking shitty team I picked for the next 7.5 months.
That's okay. It's fantasy for a reason.
It's fake.
It's not. It's real.
It's not. Is there anything else we want to touch on, boys?
I don't think so.
Anybody?
If there is, I imagine we'll have some time next week to cover it. Should we do a Thursday pod next week?
Actually,
you guys off Friday?
I actually yes and well, yes.
Let's
because I don't have hockey next Thursday.
Let's do it.
Why are we going Thursday though? Just to recap the first round?
Because Friday's a
Ooh.
holiday.
And Friday's a holiday.
I feel like Wednesday of the Masters though is like Christmas Eve, and like you have a bunch of buzz, and like you don't know really what happened, and you're like,
All right,
making
let's do 2
predictions.
then. Let's go back to back. We could do a live Thursday
Yeah.
like recap.
Well, Reggie's
we'll
out.
see how it goes. We'll see how
Reggie's
it goes.
out, but we could
Okay.
do.
We could do our Friends of the French show.
We should actually do like a live on Saturday or Sunday, like just hop on and chat about what's going on while it's fresh in our brain, you know?
Or while it's playing.
This is a question
I
I
mean.
have, and it might be a really dumb question.
Okay.
Is the Masters always on a long weekend?
That's a dumb fucking question.
Like, I don't think it is.
No,
I don't think it is either.
Like, I think this year's like an abnormal year because I think
Well,
it's
yeah.
the 14th is the holiday.
Easter changes every year.
But has it ever been in the Masters? I don't remember it being like a long weekend with the Masters.
I'm sure it's happened in history, but I don't remember it.
I don't remember it, yeah.
I don't remember it either, honestly.
Like, I'm pretty pumped, actually.
Are you actually?
I actually took off Wednesday and Tuesday, like Wednesday before or Thursday before long weekend and Tuesday after.
Did you actually?
I was supposed to have like a 6-day holiday, but
how many dates did you just actually list off there?
I was
You had Wednesday and Thursday you took off, and then you took off.
Supposed to have Thursday to Tuesday off. Thursday to Tuesday.
Oh, so you took
supposed to go to
Wednesday off.
Philly.
All right, we got to get out of here because now Keebs is talking about the summer solstice, the spring equinox. We're getting there.
When Spieth beat Phil is Easter Sunday per Roscoe. Easter is the first Friday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. Yeah, I mean, if you've ever heard of anything more confusing than that scenario, I'd like to hear it.
Just reading that, hey?
So we got into today. How do we like figure out? Are we doing Easter Bunny for Luca? Because he's kind of at the age, but how do you explain it? We've never brought up a fucking massive rabbit that brings chocolate to you. So we're debating of how we broach this topic, and I say we skip it for one more year. And
no way.
I think you go.
I think you dive right in. I think you actually rent an Easter Bunny outfit and you.
And I'm rocking it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think so. You actually you'd be a good rabbit, in my opinion.
All right.
If you put some ears on you, you'd be a good rabbit.
Anybody in the chat listening is a father or mother, please advise on drums.
Okay, let's wrap.
Because like Santa's easy because there's like shows and books and shit that he sees, and Santa Claus is like recognizable. But like we're a week out and we've never heard peep about an Easter Bunny.
Yeah, that's fair.
A little traumatic.
What about don't do Elf on the Shelf? What about Tooth Fairy though? What's based on inflation nowadays? What's a Tooth Fairy worth? $100?
So my nephew, he was staying with Liz's parents at the lake last year. Lost a tooth. So Grandma and Grandpa were like, "Well, what do you usually get?" And he says, "I get $10." And they were like, "Jesus Christ!" But brother and sister-in-law, like they couldn't really get a hold of them in time. So Grandma left a tenner under the pillow, and the kid just hit the lottery. And Tyler came back the next morning and was like, "No, he gets like $2." Just finessed them for $10.
It's got to be up from 2 though. I feel like it was 2 when we were kids.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the difference? The kid's not buying shit anyways.
I'm gonna give Twines, I think.
Yeah. No, you'll
Like,
be
if I can-
more than that, bro.
If I can afford to put $20 on a shitty sports bet, I can give my kid $20 for his tooth that he loses.
Very true.
You're gonna need a brown, at least, or probably 500 sats. Leave him a little private key.
I gotta know the Kenny.
You gotta know what?
What was I?
Right?
I don't know. No, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, we're checking out here.
Oh yeah, I got to know the
perfect.
conversion between sats and dollars. I got to figure it out one of these days.
It's very. Well, I don't know. There's no real clear way to do it right now because it changes so often, right?
Mhm.
It's
Well, by
nothing
the
you can
hour,
really
right?
peg it to. But I just work backwards from the 888,000 sats is like $350 now. So
Right.
you go up to 0.01 of a Bitcoin. I don't know. Yeah. So there's a lot of math there. There's no real sense. There's conversions for that. So
Oh yeah,
Way
that
too many
makes
maths.
sense. Yeah, okay, I got it. I
Like
got what you just said.
you just kind of need a starting point, right?
Yeah.
So if you take the 888,000 as $300 or 350, and then you increase that to say 400 would be 0.01 of a Bitcoin, and then you times that by 100, which is 40,000 Canadian, which is what a Bitcoin is.
Right. I got it now.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Boom. Math.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
We're making a promise here for next Wednesday night that's available to everybody
Yeah.
for the Masters, and then possibly Thursday or Sunday.
I might be going somewhere next week, and I don't know for sure yet.
Did you quit yawning? Jesus.
Well, I'm just done.
Okay, we're out of here.
wrap it up.
We'll figure out a schedule. We'll let you know. We'll see you next week. Peace
Start
out.
thinking of a golf course.
Yeah, get those sent in.
Well, not yet, but start thinking of it.
Okay, we're out of here. Love you, boys. Peace.
See you, boys.
Love you, fellas. See you next week. Masters Eve.